Hey y'all, so I got a lot of questions on my last short that I posted on these short ribs, and I wanted to do a more detailed video with a voiceover just to kind of explain some things. So I start off just chopping up my vegetables. So I did celery, a yellow onion, and some carrots and some minced garlic. And after that, I'm just going to go in with some olive oil, and the olive oil just helps your seasonings to stick a little bit better. So then I'm just going to season both sides with some salt, black pepper, and then I'm going to go in with these seasonings that you're going to see right here. So this is Italian seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. And I'm just going to season these very generously because I want them to create a lot of flavor. And so I'm going to go in and just layer it, and then I'm going to flip my short ribs, and I'm going to add more olive oil to the second side and then repeat. So season them again like that, and then I'm just going to flip them on the sides and scrape them across my cutting board until it all looks good and seasoned like that. I'm going to put my stove on a medium-high heat, add my Dutch oven, and go in with some more oil. That crackling sound that you hear is what lets you know that your oil is ready. So then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and add my short ribs into the oil and let them get a nice golden sear on them. And then after about 5 minutes, I'm going to check on them, and this is what we're working with, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and flip all of them and let them go for about another 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes is up, I'm going to also sear them on the sides where the fat caps are, just to add a little bit more flavor into my sauce. And then I'm going to go ahead and take those out once they're just about ready. And then to that exact same pan, I'm going to go ahead and add up those vegetables that we chopped up and mix them into the seasonings that were at the bottom. And I'm going to add in about half a can of tomato paste. And then once I do that, I'm just going to stir that in and make sure that everything is mixed very well. And then after that, I'm going to add my minced garlic. And you always go in with your garlic last because it burns the quickest, so you don't want a burnt taste in your ribs. And then you just add your red wine of choice. This is mine. It's the Riscato brand. And I'm just going to add about 1/3 of a bottle just to deglaze the bottom of the pan and get any of that extra seasonings left behind. And then I'm going to go in with 1/4 cup of flour because I prefer a gravy as opposed to a juice. And this is just going to really allow my sauce to thicken up. So I'm just going to mix that in and make sure it's incorporated really well. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and add my short ribs back into that mixture and go in with about a full box of beef stock and just add that on top of these just to cover them so that when I put them in the oven, they won't be dry. And then what you see in the middle is some rosemary and thyme that I binded together, and I added some bay leaves and some W sauce and mixed that around just to make sure that the seasoning is not just sitting in one spot. And then I covered it. And this is the part that I add these to the oven. I preheated my oven to 350, and I left them in there for about 2 hours so that they would be nice and tender. And once I pulled them out, this is what I was left with. I hope that helps.